Now continuing coverage of the 41st Offshore World Championship from Key West, Florida. Presented by Performance Boat Center and produced by Race World Offshore. Live on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio.
And here we are from historic Key West, Florida, the 41st World Championship races. You're watching on the live stream at Race World Offshore's Facebook page, sponsored by Maximum Inflation. We're here for the final day of the World Championships, and the race teams are ready to go. We've got beautiful weather, very typical to Key West, with a light north wind for today's action. This is going to be a fast race today. Hi, this is Todd Swafford, longtime Key West resident, called the World Championships back to 1981. It's exciting to have the American Powerboat Association and the Union of International Moto Nautique back in Key West for powerboat racing. Our team is here ready to cover this race, and we have 4 different race starts here today. We'll have the Mod Vs and Stock Vs starting first today, along with the bracketed boats. That's 25 boats out on the course before the big intermission. And then later today, the Class 1 Extreme teams will race at 1:30 after the harbor reopens. That's race 2. Race 3, Super Stock at 1:30, and then the big race of the afternoon, the Super Cat and Stock 450Rs at 2:30. Joining us for this broadcast, Pete Meyer, former world champion and the team instigator. Also John J.W. Powell and J.W. Cook from the Key West Citizen. Gentlemen, all welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Great here in Key West today.
Yeah.
97.7 and UIM, APBA. It's a great day out here.
Yeah, and Dub, it's the weather here is typical Key West weather. These guys are going to fly around this course.
This is just such a beautiful day today. Very calm so far this morning. I was expecting a little bit more of a breeze, but these guys have got it, they're going to have them dialed up and trimmed out and getting ready to go fast and loud.
Yeah, the prop selection will be for fast water here today. Joey Cook, this race is for full points. So we raced lesser laps on Friday. Of course, we lost Wednesday's first day of racing, canceled because of the high winds. Now it's full points, and this thing is up in the air. I mean, this thing, the points, you've been Mr. Abigus over the weekend trying to figure out the points, and it's going to be a very big advantage to finish first or second to have a real good chance of winning a world championship today for most teams.
For most teams, you look at it, most teams are still very much in the hunt of this. And when you do the math, anybody that finished in the top 3 on Friday, a victory today puts them in the front-runner spot to have that world championship. There are a few caveats and ties that could come into play and tiebreakers and everything to that effect. But finishing the top 3 Friday, bottom line, a win today, it might as well be your world championship.
Well, don't forget today from 1 to 2. It looks calm out here right now. From 1 to 2, you're going to see the wind pick up. So it's going to be a big prop selection day. You're not sure if you want it all calm or what you're going to come across from 1 to 2.
And then the slot selections for all of these races, it's inverted. So if you were a winner on Friday, you're going to start outside, and if you finished at the bottom of the pack, you're going to have the inside lane. So that offers its whole other dynamic. So it's going to be exciting. We have 59 boats here. There are a couple of scratches. We'll tell you who those are as the day goes on. That could play into the point standings because you do get a point for every boat you finish in front of. The other thing, Joey, is that guys that didn't finish on Friday, they want to win today. So they could mix things up.
Absolutely. And those teams that didn't finish need to win and have to have other teams potentially break down because they're down those laps right now. So they're needing help as well. But, that means that they have to gun for it, absolutely, and just get ahead of the pack and stay ahead of those teams that they're racing with. And there's going to be a lot of different classes going in that first 10:30 race. We have your bracket 6, 5, 4, 3, 7s as well, too, and then the modifieds, 2 different modified V's classes. So there's a lot of different racing going on inside that first start.
Yeah, and there's teams that probably are completely out of the points hunt that we're expecting to vie for the championship. They're going to be spoilers. So they want to win, and they just may be completely far outside the chance of winning the championship, but they're going to want to finish here first today. J.W. Powell, let's get the lineup of our boats racing here in the first start. for the RWO Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center.
In this first race, we've got 2 starts. The first start will be Stock V and Modified V. In the Modified V class, we've got number 2, BoatFloater.com. Number 7, the 151 Express boat. And then the number 700 boat, the guys from Trinidad, Sheriff Lobo. In Stock V, the number 21 Shocker. Number 33, an MRV. Number 97, FastBoys.com. Number 13, Latacrete. 19, RNS Racing. And number 4, Octane in Stock V and Modified V.
All right, so the Stock V boats will be to the outside. Mod V boats, there's 3 of those. Total of 9 boats on this first start. And they're up, and we're racing. Ale Vite. Final day of racing for the 41st World Championship here in Key West. Looks like Fast Boys is out to a good start here early. BoatFloater.com, who won on Friday, running back in the pack a little bit, just ahead of the second group. And second, Sheriff Lobo coming up on the inside as they head out to turn number 1.
Is that Fast Boys or is that the 151 Express on the inside taking that first pin there, which is the guy that's fighting boat floaters for that title in the Modified V?
Yeah, I think you're right. That is Express.
That's huge for him. He needs to get in front of the Kill Dolls there and stay ahead of boat floaters. They want that title, and they would win it with that.
All right, our bracketed boats are going to get started here. We'll get the quick lineup as we look back here in a moment at the second start, but we're watching the mod boats go around turn number 1. Dub.
Bracket number 3, 33 Harpoon Harries. 327, Team Woody. 388, Herbot Racing. And 337, the Cigarette Justice League. In bracket number 4, 421, OC Racing. Number 404, Simmons Racing. 467, GNS Motorsports. In bracket 5, 527, Golf and Gator Team Woody. Number 549, Team Farnsworth Papamigos. Number 517, Bulletproof Good Cars. Number 516, Bronx Phantom. 3 teams in bracket 6, 600 Powerhouse Marine, the boys from Key West. 696, X Insurance, Gerard Marine. 699, Jackhammer. And rounding it out, bracket number 7, 703, Steel Industries.
Yeah, we saw in that Class 300, the Team Woody 35 Fountain with the twin 500 KTE engines in them took the early lead. They, of course, they got schooled on Friday by the bigger Fountain, the 42 Fountain Harpoon Harries. Scott Brown and Ed Tamburino took the first place finish. Those boats are super fast. All these bracketed boats have bracketed times at the speeds that they can go at. They'll have to turn their data loggers in. They cannot exceed those speeds. And if they do, they'll be disqualified. But I was told by Billy Shipley, the driver of Team Woody, they were going to win today. Boat Floater.
There we go.
And Express come in gunnel to gunnel after lap number 1. Boat Floater with just a nose.
Yep.
And then Lobo in third. Latacrete around first in Stock V. Shocker in second. Fast Boys in third. North Myrtle Beach in fourth. And RNS Racing running in fifth. The Boat Floater was able to chase down 151 Express. Just got by them here in the harbor to finish the lap just by a nose, I think, guys, in front.
That was a move. He made that move right in front of us here, I almost want to say, right as they went to the finish there.
Yeah. Side by side.
So Boat Floater 1, 151 Express 2, Sheriff Lobo in third. In the Stock V class, Latacrete, Shocker, and Fast Boys. And there's Team Woody. They've got the lead over Harpoon Harries. In Class 300, Cigarette Justice League. Running in third. Here comes your leader in Class 400, Simmons Marine, followed by KNS and OC Offshore. 4.38 mile course here in Key West. These boats are running between 8 and 6 laps. There's the Team Woody Golf and Gator team. leading in the 500 class. And here comes the Papamigos Powerhouse Marine. Behind them, and then the Girard Marine team. That looks like how they're running. 1, 2, 3. Jackhammer coming through. Joey, could you give us an update on Class 500, please?
Class 500, I've got you with Woody, Performance Boat, Bulletproof Good Cars, and then Papamigos coming in at 4. Here's the Steel 700 coming in here right now.
They're running unopposed.
And if you're watching, the Woodies is in control of bracket 3 right now. If they hold on to that, they'll be the champions. But the interesting one is Simmons Marine and GNS Motorsports. If that holds place right now, they'd be a tie, and we're looking at time differential.
All right, so all the boats have come back through, finishing lap number 1. The mods and stock Vs are running 10 laps, 45 miles here today as we watch the elite boats come around turn number 3 in front of Fort Zachary Taylor. All of our bracketed class, the Class 3 boats, 8 laps, 36 miles, and Class 4, 5, 6, and 7, 6 laps and 27 miles. Looks like Boat Floater has extended their lead here on number 2 as they come back in front of the big group of fans at the Outer Mole Truman Waterfront.
The one boat I did not see come back through was Herbert Racing. And
no,
here's
it's
the
Express, guys.
actually the lead.
It was Express. They were out in front of Boat Floater.
What happened to Boat Floater?
So that was Express. It's Boat Floater that's missing. Now Sheriff Lobo running in second. Latacrete.
There is some action out there by turn 1. Something's going on out there. There's a lot of boats headed out that way.
Latacrete leading in Stock V. Fast Boys in second. Now North Myrtle Beach in third.
If that holds on in your Stock V, Latacrete would actually be your world champions if they can hold on to this and keep Fast Boys 2 spots down.
At turn 1 in race 1 on Friday, here comes RNS Racing. They're running in 4th. Yeah, Sheriff Lobo spun out very close to boatfloater.com. So Team Woody continues to hold the lead in Class 300 ahead of Harpoon Harry's. And Cigarette Justice League coming around in 3rd. Team Octane holding on to 5th spot.
Smoke out on turn 1 there.
So
we have.
And Simmons Marine comes around. So we have an incident out at turn 1. OC Racing had gotten by GNS Motorsports at the end of lap number 2, but GNS pulls ahead. We'll see what happens coming out of the turn.
That battle's big for Simmons Marine right there, because if they can get OC Racing to stay in front of GNS, it would be Simmons with the win today that takes the title.
So we have the orange smoke out at turn number 1. They are having the teams navigate wide of that area. There's the 527 Golf and Gator Team Woodies with the lead. Bronx Phantom running in second in Class 500. Goodcars.com in 3rd.
And when they have an incident like that and they have the smoke bomb out, they set up a safety zone. It's roughly 100 yards on each side of whatever the accident might be. And there's no passing allowed while the boats are in that safety zone.
So they're pushing them to the outside of the course, outside of the Malia, which is the turnboat out there at turn number 1. But we're still racing, as you can see out there, around that accident. Powerhouse Marine continuing the lead in 600. 549 coming across. Farnsworth running in 4th. There goes Girard Marine X Insurance, 2nd in Class 600. And your smallest boat in the field, the 21 Superboat Jackhammer, Brian Guy and Julia Maldonado running in 3rd.
And they're staying right there with that little boat. It's incredible. A little 21-foot. It's crazy.
So we have the first race well underway. Again, something has happened to boatfloater.com. There goes your leader in Modified V, the 151 Express, 29 Extreme. Ian Morgan and Nick Impressia on board in control of this race with the World Championships in their sight, but still a lot of laps to go. Shocker.
Nick Impressia's the son of Joey Impression, so there's a lot of family value there.
So Shocker's taking the lead in Stock B class. Woody's and Harpoon Harry side by side heading down to the harbor turn.
That was tight around the pin.
There's an orange buoy right out here in front of the Truman Waterfront Annex at the mole, and they're supposed to stay to the outside of that for safety reasons. They were all over the top of it.
Well, we saw DF Young cut to the inside the other day when they were battling the X Insurance in that Class 1 battle the other day.
Well, if you watched the tape on that the other day, he was definitely pushed inside.
Yeah, I would agree. Just watching it live from my perspective, you can see that X Insurance was sitting on it and he had no other choice. It was a great move.
If we can look back into the harbor, let's see where Team Woody and Wicks ended up with each other. We'll sort out the stock class for you here in a moment as we watch Simmons Marine come back around, continuing the lead over OC Racing. In second, GNS Motorsports in third. Wicks. Yeah, Wicks has gotten around Team Woody.
Sure has.
Heading back out to turn number 1.
That's a battle for that World Bracket 3 World Championship right there.
All right, you can't see that on the live stream, folks. We apologize, but Wicks and Team Woody's came out of the turn. Wicks had looked like they were going to get around them. Those two teams battling in a couple of fountains. The Wicks 42 and the Woodies 35. Team Octane has just come around and they're running all 6 boats still running in the Stock V class. There's the 527. Dolphin Gators Team Woody. After lap number 3, continuing the lead, Bronx Phantom holds second and Good Cars third. And if I could back up to Stock V, we had a change. Shocker had took the lead. Latacrete now in second, and Fast Boys in third. Those boats are all very close to each other. They could change on this lap. North Myrtle Beach fourth, RS Racing fifth, Octane sixth. Of course, the big story is the winner from Friday in Mod V, boatfloater.com, down on the course. Try and get an update on that as soon as possible. All the boats out now, away from the harbor, in front of the fans, and here comes your overall leader, Express, fourth lap of 10. Powerhouse Marine continues to hold the lead over X Insurance Gerard Marine in Class 600. And there's Papamigos Farnsworth. They're running in fourth, and 500. Shocker continues to hold the lead.
Team Woody, and there is no Harpoon Harry's.
So Team Woody has control now of Class 300. No sight of Wicks, who had taken the lead, heading back out on the southbound leg towards turn number 1. Here comes North Myrtle Beach Resort.
And he got ahead of Fast Boys there.
So that's North Myrtle Beach third, Fast Boys fourth. Shocker in the lead, Latacrete right behind him in Stock V. No sign of Wicks. Lobo continuing to hold on to second. Remember, they spun out on Friday's race, and now they're running pretty good. That's a 29 Extreme. Dub, we talked to those guys in Clearwater. It's a first-generation Extreme. They just had the bottom redone. They were very excited about how it was going to perform. RNS swings by in fifth, or in sixth, excuse me, fifth. Team Simmons continues to lead in bracket class 400. Did you see GNS come by?
I did not see GNS come by
so
either.
OC Racing holding on to a strong second. We don't see GNS at this moment.
That opens the door for Simmons for the World Championship there.
As we watch the Steel Team 703 come by, and they're running unopposed in class 700. But yeah, back to those guys hailing all the way from Trinidad. You got Shamil Mohammed on the throttles, Pete Rivero driving that boat. But they were bragging on the work that had been done on that Extreme Hull heading into Clearwater. Seems to be working real nice for them here today. Octane holding on to sixth spot here. A couple of notable teams not coming around. Of course, BoatFloater.com, the Harpoon Harry's Wicks team, and GNS. There's Team Woody's Dolphin Gator continuing to lead after lap number 4 in class 500. Rock's Phantom in second. Good cars right down the chute and chasing him hard on the outside there. But Phantom has the inside line on the turn.
That battle right there for second and third would be the battle for the World Championship second and third as well in that bracket 5.
And that bracket 5, that's, J.J. Turk, who's with Team Woody, from all the La Quinta fame and all the people up there in Cocoa Beach and, some of his sponsors and stuff like that. He's really put it all together.
All right, there's Team Woody in front of us right here. Let's see if we can catch some of these leaders coming in. Team Woody is having their day in class 300 now.
Shocker opened up the lead there too.
There's your leader in Stock B. Latacrete running in second. Latacrete had the early lead after the first 2 laps, but the Shockers moved ahead, and they stayed pretty much at that span up to this point of the race. Here comes your leader in class 600 from Key West, Nelson Sawyer, along with Damon Murata Jr., Powerhouse Marine. North Myrtle Beach in third, Fast Boys in fourth.
And that Fast Boys there is important to get the pass in front of them because that moves them from second to third in the World Championship ranking if they can get past that North Myrtle Beach boat. So that's a big important run for Fast Boys. Just get ahead of one boat there for difference between second and third.
If you head out to the back stretch, guys, heading southbound, you see Team Woody. Very fast, 35-foot fountain, twin 500 Keter engines. Now looking at Sheriff Lobo. Shamu and Pete doing a great job today and holding second in Mod V. Simmons Marines continues to lead in 400. GNS limping in, guys. Sad for them.
Done, yep.
Sad for them as we watch the Jackhammer 600 boat come through. OC Racing continue to hold second. We'll see if Simmons Marine continues to limp around the course or whether they head into the pits. They appear to be trooping on, continuing to run, but
you never
under
know.
Speed, yes. So in our major classes, the Mod V Stock Vs, they're out for their 6th of 10 laps here in the first of 4 races for the Key West World Championship. Live coverage on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio coming to you from the Lichty Marine of Marathon broadcast booth. They have a full service department and hundreds of Suzuki engines in stock. Price to sell. LichtyMarineMarathon.com. And here's Octane. Octane is all 6 stock V boats continue to run here today, all on the same lap. So no attrition yet in that class. Knock on wood as you watch coverage. Boats coming down around Port Zachary Taylor and in front of us into the harbor. And the 527 Team Woody in first in Class 500. Only 2 laps to go. This is actually their last lap. Bronx Phantom. There's the Express. We saw Express come by leading in Modified V, and Team Woody Racing leading on lap number 6 of 8 in Class 300. And both those boats having their day. And the 151 Express, really fantastic day for them. Shocker continues to lead in Stock V, followed by Latticrete. Yeah, Express got a great start, Joey Cook. He and Morgan Nick Impression, that 29 Extreme with the 630 Scorpion engines.
There's boatfloater.com in the infield.
Fast Boys now with a commanding control of 3rd place, just passed in front of us here at the broadcast booth.
That was a great run to get away from the North Fort Myers Beach, the North Myrtle Beach boat.
So I guess Boat Floater must have lost a gimbal or something, because he's looks like the back end is underwater and there's something going on there.
They're rushing to get it out of the infield over to the cranes. What a rough day for Stephen Kildile. Powerhouse
There's
Marine.
Your winner. Oh, no, one more lap. One more lap, Will.
Yeah, we have him for one more lap.
One more lap, yes. A
lot of traffic there in front of Harbor Hotels right now. 3 boats in 3 different classes. Simmons Marine comes back around, and that should be the race for them, I think.
That should be the race for them,
Yeah,
yes.
Simmons Marine winning today in bracket class 400. We saw North Myrtle Beach come through.
And that'll be a world championship for Simmons Marine as well.
OC Racing comes around. They're running in 2nd. Did you see North Myrtle Beach come around?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so they're in 4th.
Yes.
RC Racing continues to always all 6 of the boats in stock class are still running. Powerhouse Marine, Key Wester Nelson Sawyer with Damon Murata Jr. They're out on their last lap. They led from start to finish in Class 600. The X Insurance Gerard Marine boat in 2nd, Jackhammer in 3rd. So we've given away 1 checkered flag. We also saw Team Woody come around. There's the 600
I haven't actually
Jackhammer.
seen the Gerard Marine come around for a couple of laps. Did we?
Yeah, he came around.
Did he miss?
Yeah, he came in with that.
He was in that mix
he was
there?
That 3-boat mix that came in. So Team Woody, bracket 300, you have him for 1 more lap, is that right?
I do.
Yep, so he's out on his victory lap.
And there's really nobody else on that lap right now with them.
Octane.
He's about to get lapped. Oh, no, the Express is Bod V. But I'm sure Shocker's not too far behind there. And here's Team Woody.
There is your winner today in black bracket class 300. 35 Fountain. Keeter Engines. Team Woody. Billy Shipley.
Woody back to back. There you go, a couple of world champions.
Chad Woody, and then the Golf and Gator team. J.J. Turk and Michael Stancombe taking the win for Woody as well.
Yeah, Team Woody wanted to thank Dave and Alan.
Ladacrete has made the move in front of Shocker there.
Ladacrete gets by Shocker with 3 laps to go in Stock V. Finish your thought about Team Woody.
Team Woody, yeah, they wanted to thank a couple of their sponsors, Dave and Allie, and Little Quinta Hotels, and
Fast Boys.
And JT's specialty bar.
Imagine that. Here at the broadcast booth, we just saw Fast Boats come by in the lead. As we watch Octane go back out towards turn number 1 here. This is live coverage here in the Florida Keys on 97.7 Sports Radio. There is your overall leader, 151 Express, 29 Extreme with Scorpion engine, and Ian Morgan out of Sarasota, Nick Impressia, a New York guy. They came right out of the pack at the start and took turn 1 first. Had a little bit of a battle with Beau Floater after that first lap, but obviously, as Pete mentioned, Beau Floater had some issues and ended up having to get it towed back in. It's been their race all day, and they've smoked this course. They still have 2 laps after this one to complete, and they'd win a world championship. So we watched the 700 class boat finish up their race here today. That's Steel Racing. North Myrtle Beach running in 4th. And here comes Powerhouse Marine. This should be a championship
That is
for
a championship.
Class 600. Gerard Marine X Insurance will take second. So a Key Wester in his rookie season, powerboat racing. That's the old Southern Arbor Services boat. Ran well here last year. As we watched Lobo from Trinidad cruise by. Congratulations. Know the local fans are excited to see another Key Wester. A long list of Key Westers that are racing offshore. And he's another that now has wrapped up a world championship in bracket class 600. We caution everybody in the bracketed class, not in the mod Vs and stock Vs, but in the bracketed class they have a bracketed speed they have to attain. We're watching GNS limp around the course, but continuing to run, try and gather points here. Simmons Racing.
Simmons should be your world champion again, barring any breakouts.
Yeah, they win today. Express. 2 laps to go.
Woody's still running.
Yeah, I believe we missed a lap because that should have been his last lap right there.
Okay, so Team Woody now officially is your winner here today. We'll just ask Billy to go back on the tape and take that exciting call and pretend like that was really it. Ladacrete continuing to lead. Ahead of Shocker in Stock V. 2 laps to go. And there's Stancombe and Turk, victorious in Class 500 in the Golfing Gator Team, Woody. Definitely think they took an extra lap.
Yes, I'm with you on that one for sure.
Fast Boys running in second, or in third, pardon me. And Bronx Phantom will take second in Class 500. Bulletproof will take third. Team Woody, big day for them. Couple of wins. Golfing Gator, Team Woody, J.J. Turk, Mike Stancombe, and then Chad Woody and Billy Shipley in the 500 boat. The 300 boat. Yep. The 35-foot fountain had trouble, with beating the 42-foot fountain the other day, but today they were able to get that boat and run it hard. Much better water for them, and big win for them here in Key West. You have to salute a team in bracketed class racing that brings 3 boats to an event like this. Travels around the country and supports the sport. And we salute Chad Woody and his team for their efforts and congratulate them on their win here today.
That Bracket 300 race was really a great race when Harpoon Harry's had it up and going. They're just limping around in the infield right now waiting for the race to finish so they can make it back to the pits.
You know, Delp, we talked to those guys in the dry pits in Clearwater, and they had just been working on that boat tirelessly to get it ready to that point. Barely had even tested it.
Yeah, the old Wicks Harpoon Harry's boat was a 35 fountain, and they just moved the motors over to the new 42.
Had the big advantage with the bigger boat, worked out well for them on Friday. So a couple of boats having some trouble today. Certainly the one of the biggest disappointment and interest was Boat Floater that ran so well on Friday. Had to get towed back in. They just barely averted an accident when Sheriff Lobo spun out next to him on Friday, and then obviously had an issue taking on water and getting towed to the pits there just shortly ago. And that was after a couple of laps here today. See some more boats coming through. That's the Team Farnsworth and Gerard Marine taking an extra lap, but Team Farnsworth will end up in 4th place here today. Steele and the overall leader, Express.
He's now lapped Lobo.
That's right, here's Lobo, who's been lapped. Just 1 lap to go for the Express, who passed in front of us here at the radio booth, going into the north turn. Down in front of the Harbor Hotels, he's your overall leader. So if we could follow him back out after he turns in front of the Harbor Hotels to our north, Ladacrete right in front of us. There's Ladacrete, he's your overall leader.
That's his world title to lose right now.
Yep.
If it holds that way, although he needs Shocker to come in 2nd place.
Yeah, they were back and forth up until about 2 laps ago. And Ladacrete took the lead now.
Now Shocker's off, so that actually makes it very interesting. Now we're racing for time.
Bass Boys now in 2nd.
So right now, point-wise, we're having a 289 to 289. They hold this way. 52 seconds differential at the end of Friday. Ladacrete was 52 seconds back, so now that's what we're racing on time right now at this point between Fast Boys and Ladacrete in that
You're looking at your overall leader. What a day for them. They led right out of the pack on the start. Express, Ian Morgan, Nick Imprescia Jr., a 29 Extreme Scorpion engine. And the World Championship is theirs, going out on their final lap of the day. As we watch Jackhammer come through in Class 600, or Class 700, excuse me. Or was that 300? Yeah, that's 600. They'll finish 3rd here today at the World Championships. Jackhammer, another team you got to salute. Between Jackhammer and Steele, they're all inside the Palmetto Marine, Maldonado camp. Dominic Steele, too. They campaign a bunch of boats, so 2 in super stock, and then they bring 2 into the bracketed class. That's 4 boats here to race today.
I will say
in
one
the World
thing.
Championships.
I will say one thing about 151 Express. They got some Scorpion motors in there, and Frankie used to do my motors, and they hold together. Knock on wood. No, don't jinx them here, but Frankie does a good job on the motors, and like I said earlier, Nick Imprescia is following his father's footsteps.
Yep.
Out from out here on Long Island.
Yeah.
We were watching them out here during testing on Tuesday, and they were just super impressive. And I was surprised that they didn't run better on Friday.
Well, his pops ran with a lot of great teams. Stuart Ham, Recovery, Billy Moff, known as one of the great throttlemen of the 80s, 90s. Did so many impressive things and won a lot of world championships here in Key West with the various boats. And as you mentioned, those are some big boat shoes to fill.
Big names.
Yep.
Big names. People forgot about them, but they're big names.
Shocker, it's like he took a hit.
Yeah, it did.
Something
hanging off the front.
Yep, as he comes by running in third here. RNS moving on to fourth.
We saw North Myrtle Beach take into the pits on their last lap through.
Another boat under tow in the infield, just to the north of our broadcast position. And here comes Express. Here's your world champion, Stock V. Impressia and Morgan just passed through. There they are. We'll get a shot of them as they've just wrapped up. They won't be handing out checkered flags here today, but barring some sort of penalty all these results are obviously unofficial. We'll see our winner here.
Laticrete.
Stock V, Laticrete.
That should be for a world championship there. Well, no, actually, it should be. Wait, how many seconds behind? We should be timing this right now. 52 seconds is the difference between them and Fast Boys.
All right, Fast Boys.
And I definitely think it's less than that, so I'm actually going to call Fast Boys probably as the most likely world champion on a time differential. But again, we have to see what time comes up at the end here.
Yeah, that's definitely less than 52 seconds. Sheriff Lobo come around in front of our broadcast positions. We're looking at one of the boats, the RNS team, that's lagging behind in the stock class, running back in fourth position. Just had winners pass in front of us here at the broadcast booth. And
Sheriff Lobo was actually a lap down, but since the 151 Express finished and there was the Lobo was the only boat left in the class, they just turned into the infield.
Just finishing in class 700, running unopposed.
They couldn't get enough. They ran 2 extra laps. That's going to make Richie happy.
Well, the race of the day was put on by Team Express. Ian Morgan, Nick Impression, congratulations to them in the 29 Extreme with the 630 Scorpion. They smoked the course, and they had a little battle going. They had a big battle, I should say, going on with Bo Floater through the first lap. Bo Floater actually chased them down and just got past them at the end of the first lap, but then something went awry out near turn number 1. Of course, we'll try and find out about that as the day goes on. And Bo Floater ended up under tow and then back to the Cranes. Sheriff Lobo taking second place. The battle all day long was in Stock V, back and forth. Laticrete had it initially for the first couple of laps, and then Shocker came around and took the lead for 4 laps before Laticrete battled it back on lap number 7, held on to win, and then some problems for Shocker. They ended up falling back to at least third. Fast Boys kept moving up from third and into second, and as we saw, Joey finished, we think, probably at about 15 to 20 seconds behind them for second place.
Right, and if you're going, again, at this point, it's tied in points. Exactly where we end up, 289 to 289 between Laticrete and Fast Boys. When you come down to that, the next time breaker is distance traveled, where they both finished every lap of every race of both races here this week. So it now comes down to time, and on 52 seconds was the differential on Friday. Today's, I'm with you, Todd. I think it was much less than 52 seconds that Fast Boys was behind, so that would be their world title with Laticrete sitting as the number 2 team in that Stock V for the World Championship chase.
And bracket class 300, Harpoon Harry's and Team Woody's were going at it. Team Woody's, just from the start of that second start, they took the lead heading out to turn number 1. Harpoon Harry's did chase them down and got close to them. I think they actually literally got around them after the third lap in the harbor turn, and then we didn't see Harpoon Harry's again after that. And it was all Team Woody, all the rest of the way. And
congratulations to Bill Shipley and his whole team.
Yep, Bill Shipley and Chad Woody, they win in the 35-foot the 35-foot fountain. That boat is a monster. Another big win for them. Also in bracket class 500, the Golf and Gator team with J.J. Turk and Michael Stancombe in that 28 Levy craft. In bracket 600, Powerhouse Racing. Nelson Sawyer out of Key West, Florida, with a big win here today in Key West in his first year of powerboat racing. Damon Murata Jr. racing in that boat with him. Fantastic. He's got to be super stoked that they were able to win the championship ahead of X Insurance, Gerard Marine.
Yeah, Nelson and the guys finished here strong, and they turned into the infield, and now they're getting towed in.
Yeah, may have ran out of gas.
Ah.
You know.
That's the way it should be. Yeah. Just have a little ounce to get through this.
And then running unopposed in Class 700 Steel Racing. So all of these results obviously unofficial here today, but that's the way we've seen it. Just a quick shout out to all the local fans. Nelson Sawyer and that 24 Baja Outlaw. If you're wondering what his power was, he has an 800 Merc Cruiser engine. So they were in the bracket 600, bracketed speed at 70. And really, let's mention it again. This is bracketed racing, so each of these classes had a bracketed speed, between 60, 70, 75, up to 85 miles an hour. And they had to stay in it when they turn in their chips from the data loggers. If they have exceeded that speed, they will be disqualified. So these are the unofficial results.
Without a doubt, unofficial.
Yeah. The shocker not coming back around that last time. The little RS Motorsports team, the little team that could. Yesterday we saw them keep chugging around and taking a 4th place. They did the same thing today, chug around to a 3rd place, and all results still leaves them 2 points short of a podium, as Shocker will still hold on 242 to 240, barring any penalties. Shocker is your 3rd place team in the Stock V, just ahead of that. The team that could, the RS Motorsports.
Well, they, talked to Johnny Stanch, and they did have a local sponsor here, the Half Shell Raw Bar and Phoenix Metal. They asked me to shout out for them, but as far as the Half Shell Raw Bar, I went over there myself a couple times. It's very good.
All right, first race is done. Now we'll have a break until 12:30 when the Class 1 and Extreme boats will race. 130 Super Stocks and 230 Super Cats and 450R. We got a big halftime report for you. A lot of great guests are going to stop by. Some big news too about the upcoming APBA season here with Race World Offshore and P1 Power Boats. We'll talk to Chris Fairchild of the American Powerboat Association and APBA Offshore Commissioner Rich Lures about that. Whole lot more of the folks from the Round the Island race in Bermuda. Chris Roque will join us once again. Reese Acevedo will be by. So a lot coming up in the halftime report. Keep it right here. Keep your radio or your computers tuned up if you're watching on the live stream, which is sponsored by Maximum Inflation at the Race World Offshore's Facebook page. Enjoy the beautiful scenery here from Key West Harbor. Live coverage of the 41st Annual Key West World Championships.
I'd like to thank you guys. I won't be here this afternoon. I got to catch a plane.
You're leaving us.
Not that I want to leave, but you know there's only so many planes out of Key West a day, and I got to go to work tomorrow.
Well, we do appreciate you stopping by for this first race. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation, all you guys, and I'll see you again at the next race.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Multi-time world champion Pete Meyer of the Instigator fame. Live coverage continues on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio and at the Race World Offshore Facebook page from the Lichty Marine broadcast booth here at Race Central at the Truman Waterfront. The Class 1 engines of Class 1 racing. As we see the Sweet Beans boat.
They hold at this point. You got a battle for first place between the 2 Husky boats there in that Class 1, and then the battle for the bottom of the end of the podium, being that DF Young and the Good Boys Vodka are out. Del Falco and JBS are in essence battling for 3rd base. The winner of those 2, whoever can outpace each other, gets that on that podium.
Yeah, the Bowers boat is the Rare Stash Bourbon boat and running in 2nd place in the Extreme class. So again, as we see these boats coming around towards Fort Zachary Taylor, it appears again to be the Tomlinson Casava team in the lead, and that's Husky 22. Husky 21 goes wide, diving into the inside Ocean Cup. This is Class 1 racing, UIM in Key West Harbor. Big victory all in the lead. Here they come. Husky 22. Ocean Cup. And JBS. Jeff Stevenson, Michael Stancombe in the 1116 power engines of 43 MTI. Running very well here today. DeFalco will pull into fourth.
Is unofficially world champion in Class 5 boat today also.
That's right.
Team Woody boat.
Two big wins for the Team Woody team, the Golf and Gator boat.
It's been a good week for us.
We watch Tomlinson and Dick Casaba. Bourbon rolls through in second in Extreme. But we watch the 22. It's a larger victory hull, just slightly.
Just to give you an idea, I talked to Jeff McCann last night about the Sweet Beans, the 43 through here on Friday in that water, so I have to assume they're in the 150s today.
Which would just put the rest of those boats even higher than that, because they're definitely not on the pace of the rest of them coming through back through the harbor. So you're probably talking Bayfront there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said that boat weighs almost 14,000 pounds.
Woo!
That's a heavy boat.
That is a very heavy boat.
Now, both the Husky boats are Victory built. They have surface drives with the rudder system on them. Boats can turn very fast, very steady. And although they're a little bit different in length, each one has a little bit of a advantage over the other. But Steve Curtis's boat probably just about a half a mile an hour faster. But they think that the 22 boat has maybe quicker acceleration. Husky getting involved big time in powerboat racing.
I guarantee they're figuring out what that top speed is right now, because those guys are giving it every single ounce that it has.
As we watch them come around turn number 3 once again. That's Husky 22 and Husky 21 Cup continuing to run up there in the mix. And we see JBS coming around as well, heading back into the harbor turn. This is where they're really going to put the throttles down and build their speed. Look at that compression come out. Build in this big boat. 22 continues to lead 21. Ocean Cup leading in Team Extreme. JBS in third. We pan back. We'll go back to the turn in Key West Harbor. Over 180-degree turn. You know, it's always difficult to negotiate that turn, Billy, as you get the speed up.
Yeah, especially on a day like today when you are able to get the full top speed on it, you have to start slowing down much quicker than you would like on a day like Friday where we ran all the way up to it, because we only running like 3/4 speed. But it's a super sharp turn, and every time we go into it, it's the pucker factor for sure. It's a scary turn.
And Tomlinson run as the 21 boat moves in from behind, heading back out to turn number 1 now. Class 1 will be running 14 laps here today and roughly 63 miles. Double points for the RWO World Championship. Again, it's important to note that the Class 1 UIM recognized in 1965. They've been awarding Class 1 World Championships. That the points total for Class 1 comes through the national the World Series, so you accumulate points throughout the entire year. And the Husky 21 boat was Steve Curtis and he was Travis Pastrana actually as the driver for most of the year. Has already wrapped up the points for the UIM World Championship.
I'll tell you what, that Sweet Beams Rare Stash Bourbon came through here just now. He had it on the heels.
It just goes to show you how fast those Huskies are really going, and that Ocean Cup for that matter, because that sweet, the Rare Stash Bourbon looked good.
Yeah,
he was running very high speeds. In any other race here today, he's probably up in the class of the fleet, but right now he's at the back of this pack because just how well all 6 of these boats out here are running right now.
Talking about Class 1, UIM recognized would like to recognize UIM officials Dennis Dillon and Michael Lundblad, UIM officials this year. Husky Ware 22 continues to lead Husky 21.
2 of the best throttlemen in the world right there battling it out for first place.
continuing to lead in Team Extreme. JBS
catching up to him.
Yeah, and they're playing. They're running a really solid race here today.
Unfortunately for them, they need Del Falco to go with them in order to get a world title. Elsewise, they're just running for third place right now.
Was reports that the JBS team, Jeff Stevenson, was going to move into a 438 skater from Peter Ledden next year. But whether he'll put the Mercury Comp 1100s in there or just go out maybe race extreme class, still kind of up in the air. We'd love to see him in Class 1. And there goes Johnny Tomlinson and Carlos de Quesada in the 47 victory.
They're putting some distance between them there now. They were side by side that first lap, and then now there's probably a few boat links between them.
Well, I apologize. 49 victory, and Steve Curtis, Britt Lilly in the 47. Of course, the running surface is about 6 feet shorter because both of those are stern drive boats. It's a notch cut out of the back of those boats that the shafts come out, and it actually goes behind the propellers. And again, the offers them a tremendous amount of stability in rough water and also gives them the ability to turn extremely hard. But the M6 drives for the stern drive boats, very dependable, also offers really good top-end speed. They're very compatible. So we watch our lead boats on that notoriously rough day.
There's nothing out there today. It was pretty flat.
You know, it gets its legendary name from the really typically this type of year. This time of year we get those strong east winds, so you're usually turning right along east wind. Those waves are rolling down the beach and hitting the teams just head first when you make that sharp turn. Good look at the 49 victory with the twin Mercury.
Morning, we usually expect the wall out there, and today it was more like a hole. It'll come through.
Del Falco either.
One of
A
little bit more of a distance. There goes Nigel Johnson, in Extreme, and again JBS Racing continuing to run strong.
Don't see any emergency crews rushing out or any orange smoke, so I don't believe there's any accidents, just maybe breakdowns somewhere on the course for your Del Falco and that rear stash bourbon.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I've been looking. I don't see it anywhere.
Right. As the lead boat goes out in front of Sunset Key. Beautiful day in Key West. Completely different type of day than we had on Friday. Of course, with the southwest wind really was a kicker. Again, we don't typically have that wind. We also have very strong outgoing tide, light north wind.
It was a little bit bumpy yesterday too out there. We were down at the park, and you know, I'm glad that they changed directions. Woke up this morning, and it was flat everywhere.
We got more racing coming up this afternoon. Coming up immediately after this, so right around 1:30, the super stock boats will run. 13 boats will be running this afternoon, and then at 2:30, Super Cat and 450R for APBA UIM World Champ.
Still got a full fleet there in the super stock class. Everybody in?
Well, everybody but one. Play Trades.
Oh yeah, they had a whole.
Yeah, if you went on speedonthewater.com, you could see all of the pictures. Video posted on Instagram. The Play Trades caught away bad and slid to the side and right in front of Jackhammer, who went right over what the damage we saw on both those boats. Big hole on the top of the deck of Play had the entire right side sponson get tore up. Midway down, a hole through it, and then all the way down to the bottom. Last day and a half as Tomlinson and De Quesada continue to lead in the Husky 22. Lilly and Steve Curtis happy with second here at the moment.
Half a race still to go. You're still just tracking them.
Ocean Cup running in the extreme class. Third overall, but just first in their class. There's JBS. They're number 3 in Class 1.
Yeah, don't count them out yet. We saw that on Friday as well.
The Key West World Championships as we look down into the turn in Key West Harbor, the notorious turn. JBS making it very nicely. The very sharp turn, Billy.
It is. It's a hairpin down there.
Did it turn any sharper today because they added that extra buoy in there to keep people off of the seawall?
Yeah, it's probably about 30 feet in, and so you couldn't go take a wide turn on that thing, and it did put it together. We just on our last lap on Friday, Chad and I figured it out just to slow her down a little bit more and get around the turn and straighten the boat out and then go back into it. And I think everybody was having to do the same thing today. We went into that turn several times with a bunch of boats, and all of us were basically running the same speed in there, and then we come out and then, just drag race out of there and see who gets in there.
Today's race will be live music, Butler Amphitheater, Truman Waterfront, and that'll set the stage to a 10, which they're hoping to get going right around 6 o'clock this evening as you leave the outer mole here.
Del Falco is coming back in towards the infield, back towards us. I believe that's who that is, with the hatch up on top of the boat there.
It's a rookie run this week here in Key West. DeFalco busy at work getting that 48 outer limits ready to go to race. Had a lot of issues, supply chain problems, workforce problems getting that boat finished. But you have to take your cap off. DeFalco, Chris Hanley from New Zealand, as 21 Husky comes on through again.
What that guarantees
22, excuse me.
What that guarantees now is that a Husky team will pass one, no matter what. Whether one of these two Husky boats will be your RWO World Champions here this week.
Yeah, there goes Husky 21 running in second. But again, back to DeFalco as Ocean Cup continues to run strong up close to the top two Class 1 boats. Again, that boat has 1350 Mercury Racing engines in it, and the two Class 1 boats have 1100 horsepower. JBS with its D2 16 engines in them, power engines running in.
The boat's a lot faster when he turns those engines 700 now to
right.
Be the same horsepower they are, but when he turns those things up to 16, 18, 2000.
They're out on lap number 8 of 14 here. Again, kudos to DeFalco. He'll be running on what they think will be an 8-boat Class 1 series next year. IMCON is moving into Class 1 racing with the Monster Energy drink as their title sponsor. Peter Ledden is building them a 438 skater. So Tyler Miller and Myra Coyle will be campaigning a Super Cap boat and a Class 1 boat next year. Will be out in this is a beautiful 48 outer limits with the Mercury Comp racing engines. And he brought over Chris Hanley from Whitford, New Zealand to throttle for him. But again, Mike DeFalco committed to running out of New York City to race in Class 1. Beautiful livery on that boat with the New York skyline.
Man, their whole team looks amazing. I was talking about that on Friday. Kind of makes me feel better to just walk over there and look at everything they got.
Yeah, they did that everything top notch. They're running the surface drives with the rudders. And they're going with a real Class 1. We see our lead boat coming back through, and in Class 1, it's been all the way. The Husky 22 with John Tomlinson and Carl de Quesada. And it holds true there on lap number 8. Pretty substantial over the number 2 Husky. You see him make the turn in front of the fans at the Harbor Hotels. And the 21 comes through in second. Again, for the points, and Comp is running strong in classic strength. You guys haven't seen the Sweet Beans boat, the
Rare Stash Bourbon.
The Rare Stash Bourbon come back through after early. Distinctive sounds of 16 power at 1100 each. JVS Racing, Michael Stancombe, Jeff Stevens. Mike Stancombe out of Indy. Big boats heading back out towards turn number 1. So 6 laps to go for the Class 1 World Championship. Well, for Key West, again, it's a localized, APBA World Championship Key West. Class 1 UIM World Championship, it has already been the Class 1 World Point Standings. And Husky Chocolate, Husky Ware 21 was a done here. It was Wilson and from Australia, his team, along with issues that he's working through, and he's committed to be back to racing next year. But without him showing up in Key West, would have been able to possibly chase down the Husky 20-ship. So we certainly missed the competition of having the 222 offshore elude them. It took states this year every year, quite a team, and there goes Tomlinson and Casada once again. Husky 22. This awesome power, this Class 1 concept is finally brought parity to the pinnacle of the sport, as they call it. This 22 passes through once again in second, then Ocean Cup. That's the former Lucas Oil team, running first in the extreme class. And we should be seeing JBS come down in front of the fans here as we watch the Husky 22 go back out. Soon to hear the 16 power roar of JBS Racing.
You can feel that one in your chest when they go by.
Yeah, no doubt.
32 cylinders.
Yeah. But a great concept, one that's coming to fruition with potentially 8 teams next year, all running the sealed Mercury engines at 1100, Billy, that will bring a lot of parity to this high level of racing.
Yeah, when they put them all in the same playing field, it's going to be a better race too. They'll be, just a lot closer to each other. Be, just more organized, I think, with the boats.
Well, Steve Curtis, John Tomlinson, Tyler Miller.
Yeah.
They're also going to have, Chris Hanley,
Myrick Cole driving.
Yeah.
Amazing driver too.
Yeah.
We all know that.
and
whether it's in his 30-foot boat or in a 50, whatever. 50,
and then
boat.
I apologize. How do you forget Miles Jennings?
Exactly.
Yeah, a 6-time winner of the Cows Torquay race. He's won it for racing alongside Alex Pratt and the Good Boy Vodka team. Unfortunately, some bottom damage to their boat. They weren't able to make it. And for DF Young, they had an engine blow. They're those Stotler next year, so obviously they didn't have a great team with Granite and Wyatt.
Yeah, I think Mark Granite's going to be in the Justice League skater today.
Yeah, we did hear that. Yep, you're right.
Yes.
Great sport, known for years, his days driving with the Geico team. You know, the ownership of the Geico team, these boats you see at Husky are from that ownership group. Husky 21 comes through, running in second. You know, with Hook and Johnson continuing to put on quite a show, staying right up there with the Class 1 boys and running champs. So they're still involved, and we're really kind of seeing those boats here as they brought these victory hulls over. Class 1 series when it was based out of Dubai, Persian Gulf. There we watched the Lead 22 Husky team head out on lap number 11. Still haven't seen JBS come through. Would have been expected to hear.
Yeah, they should have been by here by now.
They have been right on pace with the top 3 boats and have been running real strong. Much the way DF Young guys the other day had those Stotler engines just screaming coming through here.
What a show. That was fun to watch.
And then they were chasing X Insurance, and they took the breath right out of our lungs there at the end, but they were unable to finish. And again, we're sorry to see those guys go. But again, exciting things for Class 1 racing next year on the national scene and the worldwide scene. So no sign of the JBS team. Incombe lost them after lap number 9.
I don't see him anywhere in the center. I'm trying to scan the whole course, but it's hard to see 2 miles.
Yeah.
The haze.
Yeah, the glare here this time of year, the sun starts setting to the southwest, gets right in on you. And here comes our leader, Husky 22. 3 laps to go.
Boy, that buoy there by the wall is taking a beating today. I'm surprised it's still connected to to the
It's
block.
slowly pushing closer and closer to the spectators.
Yeah, I don't know if they could go inside of it at all. They tried
think,
to.
yeah, DF Young made the move around it on the inside the other day when he was going against FedEx Insurance in the same class, that Class 1 race.
And Curtis
And I would dare to say that had he to the right side or the left side of it have been on the correct path.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there goes Ocean Cup.
Ocean, they're still moving, but they aren't moving very fast.
You can see them out there.
They
Yeah,
must
looks
have
like
had
one
an
motor
issue.
maybe.
Watch our lead boat again past the spectator fleet here, sitting live from the Lichty Marine broadcast booth on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio.
Looks like he's trying to continue laps out there. Maybe he doesn't know DeFalco's down also.
Watching at the Race World Offshore Facebook page live stream. Brought to you by Maximum Inflation.
Yeah, the JBS has secured the Class 1 final standings here this week. And the battle remains between the Huskies. Which Husky will come out as our world champion here?
I'm not sure if you made it by that Husky trailer or not to get you one of those waffle cone ice cream things that they have
I
over
saw
there.
those passing around. I was
we
waffle cone ice cream?
It's actually a chocolate waffle. You know, they wrap it and then they put ice cream in the center and a bunch of other delicious stuff. And listen, they're amazing. As soon as we're done here, that's exactly where I'm going.
Hey, and
I would ask you to come back, but I know you won't make that walk with that.
hey, Billy Shipley, congratulations to you and your wife Madison. You tied the knot here after race number 1.
Yeah, thank you.
What
Well,
a week
actually-
for you then. Congratulations.
Wait a minute. We canceled race 1 and then you got married.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We did that, and I guess this is my, pending it all works out and everything falls out, this will be my first time as a world champion married.
Nice, very good. Well,
She just-
congratulations to you and your lovely wife.
Yeah, she just had to fly home, take care of the kid, so we should see her plane heading across us pretty soon out of here. But
Charlie, Class 1 boats in Key West. This is the 49 victory with Mercury Comp engines. The 1100s, they're running so smoothly.
consistency, man,
Yeah.
that thing hasn't made a different anything since the start of this race.
Johnny Tomlinson, Carlos de Quesada won in this extreme class last year. He was racing with Steve Curtis. Here comes Curtis with Britt Lilly on the wheel. And they're continuing to hold second.
There's JBS.
On for 9 laps.
Yeah, they got an engine down there. That's hard work for that one engine, I'll tell you.
As Ocean Cup flies through, as the only 3 boats now really still running. Can't tell. Looks like JPS might continue to limp around.
Yeah, they're going in case one of those Husky boats go down, and then they'll just keep making laps. If they pulled off now and one of the other guys had a problem and shut down, they could potentially move into second if that happens. So
Where they're at right now,
they're not wrapped down yet.
they'd have to have the Allegra laps. The Allegra go down now on this particular lap, and if the Allegra goes down this particular lap and they're able to pick up 3 more laps themselves, then they would get second above the Allegra. But the way that Allegra Husky Chocolate's running today,
No.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty high hopes right there.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
John-
And then again, this morning they told us when they waved the checkered flag, that race is over for everyone. So even if Husky's still trying to gain laps at the end,
Right.
it officially would end the race
Right,
for them as
exactly.
Looking to our next race, so we'll have 12 boats in Superstock. We just got the notice that there's going to be a change inside the jackhammer boat and the steel boat. The Palmetto Manatee Marine group. Julian Maldonado will now move to throttle jackhammer. The patch and it's now Ricky Maldonado will heel jackhammer. Pretty bad. Steel being a new boat will benefit from the more experienced throttle man.
That's exactly what they're doing. Good call there. That steel boat's a smaller boat. They're still confident that they can run with these other guys in this water. So they were talking about that this morning.
Yeah, they felt like that was the fastest Supercat here, and we'll talk about that more in the next race. So there goes Husky 22. They've led all the way here in this race. 1 lap to go. They're out for their victory lap today for Class 1 racing for the Husky team.
wonder if something happened with the Ocean Cup boat. They're not even around turn 2 yet back there, and they were running pretty close with the Husky guys.
Yeah, they ran a lot longer today than they did certainly on Friday, but they ran strong, good for almost half the laps. As we see JBS, unfortunately, continuing to limp around on one.
He's done for the year, so the pressure that motor's taken breaks too. But it is Key West. You want to get around the course every lap you can here.
Last look for the spectator fleet up close at that 49 victory hull.
Yeah, looking good now.
There's Ocean Cup. So the victory boats, Husky continuing out with Tomlinson leading all the way around, and Britt Lilly and Steve Kerr second all the way. Will they allow them to get close enough for a photo finish? The drama of having the two boats come across.
The 21 boat has closed.
They have. But still quite a distance as we watch them now between 1 and 2, heading towards the large group of fans out at Fort Zachary Taylor. It's a great spot to watch the race as well. And they'll turn down into Key West Harbor for that northbound run one more time. And they'll be getting the checkered flag. Big win here. Husky 22. Allegra Motorsports 49 victory. BPM Drives. Racing Engines, the official racing. Casada, Tampa, John Tomlin 22. Your Key West World Champion in Class 1 today.
Well done, gentlemen. They're still going. They're going to head on up to.
And then finishing second after 14 laps, the Penny Steve Curtis in the 47 victory. Also with the Mercury 1100 Comp Racing Engines, the official Class 1 boats will have to have the Mercury power next year, creating parity has never been seen in the sport. So it looks like we may get to one more fun lap, Joey.
I definitely have them done at this point.
Yeah, so do I.
But I guess if you're the lead dog like the Huskies, get out there and run it, huh?
That's right.
Well, it only takes a couple of minutes to go around the track.
It's not taking long for them at all. They definitely pulled those 14 laps away pretty easily.
Get out there and run some fuel out, a little bit lighter on the trailer going home.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny that we've done that before. That's a long haul back to Texas with a boat full of gas.
Well, turned out to be a beautiful day here in Key West. Coming up, there's Ocean Cup. They know know the races. They've counted their laps.
They're waving the flag out.
Again, it could just come down to that piece of tape, right? You forget to pull that one piece of tape.
Yeah, well, I would have thought that maybe Gary Stray had been counting laps for them. They have communication back to the shore.
They tell us all the time, you guys should know how many laps you're running in that boat. I mean, when you're running 100 miles an hour with 13 other boats on the course, it's very easy to forget to pull the tape or to count laps in your head.
And again, we're still comical that the best way to count laps is by pulling everything we can do. We pull tape still, and we still have tape in the boats.
Keep it simple.
Well, we should also give a tremendous amount of credit to the manager of the Husky team, Scott Colton, and their technical director, Gary Stray, who is absolutely the best in the business. Both of these teams, top notch. Worked with the Victory team, worked Husky Chocolate Racing team, and he's always going to put them in the best position to win. Now he's got two boats, and two legendary throttlemen. Husky 22, your winner today. Tomlinson Carlos de Quesada. 21, Brett Lilly and Steve Curtis.
I think I'm going to go start celebrating and watch some more racing.
Husky, where should be your boat this year?
Well, Billy Shipley, Team Woody, we can't tell you how we appreciate you and Chad Woody does, and bringing 3 boats around all these races nationally. The commitment that it takes to do that. I know you guys have a lot of fun. You like racing, but it's a serious commitment, and we respect that greatly.
That's right. We'll be back in it next year. I don't know if we'll be in it with three V holes or maybe one boat. I can guarantee you one thing: we'll be back, and we're going to keep going.
You got a great Great crew over there. All right, we'll come back with more from the Licky at the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio and on Facebook page, Maximum Inflation. More from the waterfront at the Key West Harbor Truman Annex. Race World Offshore World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center.
Jack Niles for Niles Sales and Service, the only locally owned and operated franchise dealership in the Florida Keys. We understand you have many options when choosing
on the track for today's race, and I didn't have to go by the pits to know that it was going on because those guys are relentless. So they were grinding and carrying on and laminating and puttying and everything. So they've got that thing at least watertight. It might not be straight and perfect, but they've got it floatable, so they're going to be out in it. And I'm laughing about, I just got the word that, Ricky is going to be in the steel boat. And, of course, this is all a family affair. Julian, his son, is normally in the steel boat. And so they swapped around. And, Ricky's been doing all this dialing in and testing. And they test and they test and they test. And Ricky goes, the steel boat's faster than the jackhammer. He goes, I don't know why that's happening because he's the guy that's working on all this stuff.
Right.
And he's kind of upset about it, and I'm laughing. I go, hey, it's family, man. You're good either way. And so I just think it's really good that he's going to be on the throttles in that boat. And he's relentless on the throttles, so he's going to be something to watch.
All right, they got the boats lined up. Let's watch them, Scott, see if we can get a good start here. The start is inverted from the finish, so the boats that finished in the lower end are going to be on the inside, and the boats that finished on first, second, like Team Allen and Big East, are going to be on the outside. That's going to Performance Boat Center a big advantage after they had some issues and didn't finish the race on Friday. I expect them to be right up front. So we're off and racing. The green flag has gone up. LAV Superstock Racing in Key West for the APBA UIM World Championship. And it looks like Big East has a nice start there, guys. Performance Boat Center coming up on the outside. Again, on the inside of the track, actually. And you got to know that Performance Boat Center wants to have a good showing here after winning the World Championship in such a disappointing day on Friday.
They've got a chance still at this world title here. Granted, coming in 8th place after that finish the other day. They just need a little bit of luck. Teams like Allen Longcare and Big East Constructions is probably the worst team they wanted to see shoot out in front because that's taken their world titles aspirations pretty much right away.
All the boats going into turn one. This is where we had that pile up last year. And hopefully they're maintaining their lanes.
Looks like somebody got out of shape there.
And we were talking to the Big East Construction guys the other day after the race, and they were saying the difference for them in that race was they got through turn one clean, and that was the first time that it's happened to them all year, and that's why they had such a good day.
Well, Gary Blue is a master on the throttles, and he knows how to get a good start, and that is a huge amount of the edge, and being able to hold it out front gets a lot easier when you're not in everybody's prop wash.
Well, it does look like a victory boat, possibly, but it's really very difficult to tell as you look into the sun and into the glare, but we'll know here soon. And obviously, 4 wide there at Fort Zachary Taylor as they take the northbound turn back into Key West Harbor. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8 boats coming around on lap number 1. This is a 10-lap race for 45 miles. Double points to determine the Superstock APBA UIM World Championship here in Key West, Florida. 41st annual event presented by Performance Boat Center and produced by Race World Offshore. And it is Big East Construction.
LPC right there, though.
In second, and Team Allen Longcare, how about that? In third.
They're 4th. Actually, Performance went by there, too.
Performance Boat was in there in 2.
In 3rd.
In 3rd. There's Steele running back into the pack. So we are 8, 9 deep. Remember, we had 2 scratches here in this race in Superstock, which could affect the points if there's a tie for sure.
I saw Celsius go back at the back, and their jackhammer was in the wash, maybe? I did not see jackhammer particularly go by, but there was about 3 boats that went by wide there that made it really tough to see who was in the wash exactly and how it went through.
How did you have the top 3 there, Joey?
I definitely had the top 3. Big East Construction, Number 2, LPC Performance running third, and then Team Allen Care running fourth. Fifth was North Wing, but there was a few of them in there together. I saw North Wing. I want to say I saw Celsius definitely go by there, and I want to say it was Jackhammer that ran by there as well.
All right, hey, Gary Ballou and Cole Leibel got that the victory haul with the 300R outboards running very well for the second straight day. And now side by side behind them, LPC and Performance Boat Center in a big battle. Lauren Peters and Myrick Coyle's team vying for second. Team Allen continuing to hold in there. He's back in fourth. And yes, North Wing in fifth.
Jackhammer having some trouble coming back out there. They were up higher, and they were being passed by pretty much everybody going out straight.
Yeah, they just put a ton of work into that boat. Ricky Maldonado worked through the night, through the day, and just not enough time, I don't think, to put that big gaping hole in the damage to the bottom of the sponson together. And what a great season they've had. 9 consecutive podiums heading into Key West in the APBA National High Point Championship. Watch the boats go around turn number 1. This is a big, big, big day for Gary Ballou. It's been a long time since he's been to the championship podium in Key West. A lot of racing in front of us still here today. Everything looks pretty clean out there going around the Malia at turn number 1, heading on the eastbound leg. Still a battle, Big East, LPC, and Performance Boat Center, the top 3. Now heading in towards Fort Zachary Taylor and turning on the southbound leg. Still appears to be the victory haul. Cole Leibel, a rookie driver. His uncle won the Super Cat World Championship last year in Canada Homes. He's a multi-time world champion. Raced over 3.5 decades, and he's following in his steps in the seat of the cockpit of a powerboat. Second lap of the day.
Big East out front.
Big East continues to lead. And now Performance Boat Center in second. LPC in third. North Wing, the old Hulk, running in fourth. Now Team Allen Lawn Care in fifth. Naples Realty in sixth. Celsius in seventh.
Coco's Monkeys 8th, Jackhammer 9th.
So Jackhammer's still running. And Steel as well. That was Team Bermuda running in 10th and Steel Racing in 11th, correct?
Correct.
That's right.
All right, we'll watch our leader come back around from the north turn. What a day so far. What a week so far for Cole Leibel and Gary Ballou. There's not one person probably knows hardly as much about stock racing as this guy. He's been in boats since the late 1990s in the stock class. Raced X-Cat for many years. Even has a Class 1 World Championship to his name. We just heard about that when he raced with Abu Dhabi with John Tomlinson in a boat prepared by Randy Sissom of MTI. So he's got quite a credential. LPC and Performance Boat Center continue to battle for second, third. 11 boats still out on the course. That means every boat still out here running that started. We did have 2 scratches. This was the largest field, 13 of the 59 boats here, largest total number of boats that we've seen in Key West since 2001.
Looks like Jackhammer's, I think that's Jackhammer. He's dragging a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He's been falling off. Now his stablemate Steele is going by him. But we're focusing on the leader here on the live stream, brought to you by Maximum Inflation. We're broadcasting right from the start-finish line here at the Truman Waterfront. What a fantastic midway they put together here for this Race World Offshore event. Our leaders coming around turn number 3 at Fort Zachary Taylor. Great shot of how the air compresses under those tunnel hulls. This victory boat match very nicely with the 300R engines.
Performance is in a good position here trying to chase down that Big East. Big East, obviously, after second place of the day, is in control of the point chase right now, but Performance is right where he needs to be because Team Allen fell down. Now he needs a little bit of luck to get Big East to slow down, but right now, Gary Ballou and team look right on it.
So Big East Construction continues to lead. Performance Boat Center holds on to second. LPC third. North Wing having a nice day. That boat completely redone. That's the old Hulk. Running in fourth. Darren Kittredge and Grant Bruggeman. Team Allen Lawn Care running in fifth. And Celsius in sixth. Coco's Monkey in seventh. Now Naples Realty will go by them. Back to that Hulk boat. Grant Bruggeman completely tore that boat down. Here's Steele.
Yeah, and he's out of all the people, the way it's scattering out there, he's climbing up. You can see him closing up on everybody a little bit in front of him, the first three places. And that Hulk boat I followed them around for a lot of years, and it's a very special boat. It's got a lot of transom lift, and it doesn't make much of a mark on the water.
The second carbon fiber boat to come out of the mold from Doug Wright.
See, he's climbing up on LPC there a little bit.
LPC, Lauren Peters finished in third on Friday's race. Big East was second, and Team Allen Lawn Care still in the mix, guys, and with the XS engines running in fifth behind the 300Rs.
That would keep Team Allen Lawn Care on the podium right now, just points in front of Performance Boat Center.
Right now, Big East Construction controls their own destiny. You finished first here today, and if you were in the top 3 or 4, you're in real good shape.
Real good shape. Performance Boat Center, like I said, we saw pass when we were doing it this morning and looking at it. There was plenty of pass to Performance Boat Center to get the title. They just needed the top 3 to push down, so they need help for sure in this one in order to come with the World Championship and defend that title of theirs. All
right, our lead boats again are approaching Port Zachary Taylor. That's Big East Construction. Have a pretty good lead over the second and third boats. We're really watching second, third, and fourth right now. Battle with Performance Boat Center LPC, and we saw North Wing creeping up on them. Big East Construction. The marriage between the Victory Hull and the 300R has been a good one. They're beefy. They have 6 bulkheads. They handle the extra weight, the high weight, a lot better than the 32 Doug Wrights.
It looks like Team Bermuda might be pulling into the middle there, I would suspect.
Here comes your leaders. Big East Construction continues to hold first. And in second, Performance Boat Center. LPC still in third with North Wing chasing them closely in fourth. Interesting racing going into the harbor turn for sure with all 4 of those boats. Team Allen Lawn Care holding on to fifth. Celsius sixth. And now Coco's Monkey back ahead of Naples Realty. 6th and 7th. Looked like Naples Realty had gotten by Coco's Monkey in the harbor, but out on the south side of the course. He got back around him again. Big East Construction. Steele comes through. He's in 8th position. Performance Boat Center holding on to second. Again, around that turn, you see North Wing gets a lot closer to LPC. LPC seems to be able to stretch it out a little bit, at least on the last lap on him. We'll see how that comes. We're 5 laps. This is the 5th lap of 10 here. for the final day of the World Championships.
Yeah, LPC and North Wing are very evenly matched.
So Celsius heading off to turn number 1. Key Wester Ryan Beckley grew up as a Key West kid, always wanted to race boats. Now he's in a nationally sponsored team in Celsius with Chris Hopgood. They're one of the only 4 boats remaining to have the XS engines. Coco's Monkey, the Naples Realty boat, Team Allen Lawn Care all have the XS engines. It really helped Team Allen Lawn Care in the rough water. Gary Ballou telling us he thought that not only the throttle response, but just the balance, the better CG with the lower profile, because they have the 5-inch lower midsection, really helped them out in that rough stuff. And Billy Allen loves that rough stuff anyway. And he got a very hard-deserved earned win there.
We lost Jackhammer right out by turn 1. He was floundering a little bit, but it looks like, I'm not sure, but I think he got it back up on a plane. Although he lost a lap, we should see him come back around.
Once again, our leaders back in front of us here at the start-finish line. Down in front of the fans on the mall. Big East Construction. After 5, looks like Performance Boat Center made up a little bit of distance.
Yeah, I would say so.
In second. Now North Wing has gotten by LPC. That boat really starting to run better as the race goes on.
Well, Grant hadn't had much seat time in it. They just got through rigging it recently, and so every lap he's going to have a better handle on it. And the back edge of that, the trailing edge of that boat is really steep, and it's better suited to carry the weight of those new 300s when it's airborne, and so it helps the boat fly level when it's not connected to the water. And slowly that will make your lap times faster.
So Team Allen Lawn Care came by in 5th, Celsius 6th, Coco's Monkey 7th, and Naples Realty 8th. There's Performance Boat Center, Myra Coyle and Rusty Williams, and the 32 Skater with the twin 300R 4-strokes. They're running in 2nd. Now North Wing in a comfortable 3rd. There goes Steele in front of us here.
That move by North Wing puts the Team Allen Lawn Care back 2nd overall. So despite running 5th right now, that move by North Wing helped them out, moved them up the podium a little bit.
Right, because LPC will finish in the top 3, so it bumps them back in points.
North Wing really made that turn down in the harbor extremely well and was able to pick up about 5 or 6 boat lengths at least on LPC.
And you can win these races in the turn. How you enter and how you come out. You want to hold your speed as well as possible. And entry speed, exit speed goes a long way. It helps with these 300Rs with the bigger skegs and the bigger gear cases.
Myrick did a bunch of testing with Mercury with the 300 XSs and the 300s back-to-back on Lake X. And he said they turn phenomenally compared to the XSs. So they have a lot of pluses to them.
All right, here comes Big East Construction in towards Fort Zachary Taylor. You can definitely tell the cockpit. There's a good shot of steel. That boat is a 30-foot legend from Dubai. It's actually designed by a former Victory team driver, Arif Al-Safin, who was also a 8-time Class 1 world champion and a multi-time XCAT champion. Say that boat's very fast. But it's just a rookie team this year with Dominic Steele. Here comes your Ricky Maldonado is in the cockpit with him after the destruction of the jackhammer. There's Performance Boat Center.
New leader.
New leader in
North Wing in the 2nd. That's exactly what they need to happen.
Super stock class. Something happened to Big East. Now LPC is in 3rd. So North Wing in 2nd, LPC now in 3rd. Goodness, Hard heartbreak for Cole Leibel and
Gary
Ballou. There goes Team Allen Lawn Care. They're now back up to 4th. Celsius is in 5th position. This helps Ryan Beckley's chance at making it to a podium after a 4th place finish. On Friday, Coco's Monkey in 6th overall. And now Naples Realty is in 7th. Big East Construction, disappointment in their camp here in Key West. Now your new leader, Performance Boat Center, the defending world champion in Superstock class. North Wing now chasing them.
That just really does jumble up the standings right now. If we're looking at the overall point chase, LPC and Performance Boats are 2 points off. Actually, Team Allen Lawn Care is back in front of the overall point chase by 2 points ahead of Performance Boat Center, who's 2 points ahead of LPC. So there's a 4-point difference between 1st and 3rd right now.
Wow, jumble. Performance Boat Center can be a real spoiler here. They, of course, want to win. Hugely disappointed after the breakdown on Friday. Now in the lead on this final day of the Superstock World Championships. Don't forget, immediately after today's race, concert at the Coffee Butler Amphitheater here at the Truman Waterfront, and the awards, and the public is welcome to attend at 6 o'clock for the APBA UIM World Championship here in Key West. It was announced this morning that P1 and RWO will have the APBA National Series announced next year very soon, with dates to come by the end of the year. But RWO and P1 will be doing all of the races together for the APBA Championship and ending up right back here in Key West once again for the World Championships. Our lead boat passing for Zach. It's going to be interesting to see if North Wing continues to cut the gap. Performance Boat Center continues to lead.
He's closing it in.
He sure is. In 2nd.
And they are the wild card here because Grant just gets better every time around the track. So he's improving while Performance Boat Center, they're steady, but they're dialed in as hard as they can go. So there's a possibility they're going to be really dragging. They're going to be drag racing for the finish.
Those Performance Boat Center 1, North Wing 2, LPC 3. Now Team Allen Lawn Care passes in 4th, and Celsius in 5th. 2 XS powered teams in 4th and 5th. So you have to feel really good for those guys. Hard to get to the podium this year for them. Didn't happen until Key West. Coco's Monkey, another XS powered boat, running in 6th, and Naples Realty also XS powered, running in 7th. So it's the difference between the 4-stroke and the 2-stroke. And the 4-stroke was dominant this year on the APBA Offshore Series, and of course Jackhammer really ran away with it, winning handily the points in the APBA National Series. They had to be the favorite to win the World Championship here in Key West, but the mishap, the collision with play trades, ended all of that. Disappointingly for Reese Langheim and Ricky Maldonado. They are truly champions in this sport in our hearts. And there goes Ricky Maldonado in the Arif Al-Safin designed 30-foot legend hole. They're in 8th place overall. Ricky in that boat with Dominic Steele. One of the most interesting looking boats out here. Great livery. They'll be back racing next year. So we're out on the 8th lap of 10 right now. And it'll be interesting to see how far North Wing is reeled in Performance Boat Center when we come back through.
Team sitting in a good position right now is Team Allen Lawn Care. Fourth place right now, there's really not a lot that can catch them if they can just hold that fourth place spot. Now, mind you, Celsius and Ryan were coming up real strong on them there that last lap. So